Hello MathTalino students! Welcome to MathTalinoClassroom. Ngayong araw, pag-aaralan natin ang divisibility rules ng 4, 8, at 12. Recall that a number is divisible by 2 if it ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. Or in other words, it ends with an even digit. A number is divisible by 5 if it ends with 0 or 5. A number is divisible by 10 if it ends with 0. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits is divisible by 3. A number is divisible by 6 if it is divisible by both 2 and 3. Lastly, a number is divisible by 9 if the sum of its digits is divisible by 9. What about the divisibility rule by 4, 8, and 12? Let's discover the rules as we proceed with our lesson. We'll start with a simple activity. Each multiplication problem has a letter paired to it. Multiply and arrange the products from least to greatest to unlock the mystery item. You may pause the video to have more time in answering. This time, I will show the answers to our activity. I'm sure that you also got the same answers. With that, we can now arrange the products to unlock our mystery item. Great job! Our mystery item is face mask. During this time, it is important to wear face mask at all times, most especially if we are outside our home and in public places. It can greatly slow down the spreading of the virus. Even if you already have the virus, it is still advised to wear face mask to avoid infecting other people. Just a reminder to everyone that face mask should be worn properly for best protection. This time, we go back in our previous activity. We have multiplied 4 numbers with 4 and get the following products: 1,140, 1,312, 1,800, and 2,068. Since 4 is one of the factors of these numbers, we say that they are divisible by 4. We can divide the following products by 4 and get the quotients that are the same with our original numbers without remainder. I want you to focus on these 4 numbers that are divisible by 4. Observe the numbers being formed using their last 2 digits. For the first one, the number formed by its last 2 digits is 40. Dividing by 4, we get a 0 remainder. Hence, 40 is divisible by 4. For the second one, the number being formed by its last 2 digits is 12. Dividing by 4, we get a 0 remainder. Hence, 12 is divisible by 4. For the third one, the number formed by its last 2 digits is 0. We know that 0 divided by any number, except of course by 0, is equal to 0. Hence, 0 is divisible by 4. And for the fourth one, the number formed by its last 2 digits is 68. And 68 divided by 4 leaves a 0 remainder. Hence, 68 is divisible by 4. Obviously, the common thing about the numbers formed by the last 2 digits is that they are all divisible by 4. We can say that a number is divisible by 4 if the number formed by its last 2 digits is divisible by 4. Ibig sabihin, tignan lang natin ang last 2 digits ng given number, at kapag divisible by 4 ang nabuong number gamit ang last 2 digits, ang given number ay divisible din by 4. For instance, put a check if a number is divisible by 4. For the first item, its last two digits form the number 18, but 18 is not divisible by 4. So, the first number is not divisible by 4. For the second item, its last two digits form the number 48, and we know 48 is divisible by 4. Hence, the given number is divisible by 4. For the third item, its last two digits form the number 56. And again, 56 is divisible by 4. Hence, the given number is also divisible by 4. For the fourth one, its last two digits form the number 0. And we know already that 0 is divisible by 4. Hence, the given number is divisible by 4. For our last item, the number formed using its last two digits is 2. And we know 2 is not divisible by 4 since 4 is larger than 2. Hence, the given number is not divisible by 4. Alright, going back with our previous activity, we also have multiplied 4 numbers with 8 and get the following products: 1,224, 1,848, 2,000, and 2,528. Since 8 is one of the factors of these numbers, we conclude that they are divisible by 8. It is because we can divide the following products by 8 and get the quotients that are the same with our original numbers without remainder. Let's focus on these 4 numbers that are divisible by 8. This time, observe the numbers being formed using their last 3 digits. For the first one, the number being formed is 224. Dividing by 8, we get a 0 remainder. Hence, 224 is divisible by 8. For the second one, the number being formed by its last 3 digits is 848. Dividing by 8, we get a 0 remainder. Hence, 848 is divisible by 8. For the third one, the number formed by its last 3 digits is 0. We know that 0 divided by any number except by 0 is equal to 0. Hence, 0 is divisible by 8. And for the fourth one, the number formed by its last 3 digits is 528. And 528 divided by 8 leaves a remainder 0. Hence, 528 is divisible by 8. As you can see, the common thing about the numbers formed by the last 3 digits is that they are all divisible by 8. Therefore, we say that a number is divisible by 8 if the number formed by its last 3 digits is divisible by 8. Ibig sabihin, tignan lang natin ang last 3 digits ng given number. At kapag divisible by 8 ang nabuong number gamit ang last 3 digits, ang given number ay divisible by 8. Tandaan na sa divisibility by 4, last 2 digits ang dapat nating tignan. Pero sa divisibility by 8, last 3 digits ang dapat nating tignan. For instance, put a check if a number is divisible by 8. For the first item, its last 3 digits form the number 0. And we know that 0 is divisible by 8. Hence, the given number is divisible by 8. For the second item, its last 3 digits form the number 128. And dividing by 8 leaves a remainder 0. So, it is divisible by 8. Hence, the given number is also divisible by 8. For the third item, Its last three digits form the number 556, and dividing it by 8 gives a remainder 4. So, it is not divisible by 8. Hence, the given number is also not divisible by 8. For the fourth one, its last three digits form the number 4. And obviously, 4 is not divisible by 8, since 8 is larger than 4. Hence, the given number is not divisible by 8. For our last item, the number formed using its last three digits is 344, and dividing it by 8 gives a 0 remainder. So, it is divisible by 8. Hence, the given number is divisible by 8. What about the divisibility rule for 12? We all knew that 12 is equal to 3 times 4. Does it mean that when a number is divisible by 12, it must also be divisible by 3 and 4? Let us find out. Multiply the following numbers by 12. Pause the video if you wish to have more time in answering. Alright, the answers to these multiplication problems are 180, 552, 1092, and 1200. Since 12 is one of the factors of these numbers, we say that they are divisible by 12. Now, let's verify what was said a while ago, that if a number is divisible by 12, it must also be divisible by 3 and 4. For the number 180, the sum of its digits is 9. So, the given number must be divisible by 3. Also, the number formed by its last two digits is 80, and it is obviously divisible by 4. So, the given number must also be divisible by 4. For the number 552, the sum of its digits is 12. So, the given number must be divisible by 3. Also, the number formed by its last two digits is 52. Dividing by 4 gives a remainder 0. So, it is divisible by 4. So, the given number must also be divisible by 4. For the number 1092, the sum of its digits is 12. So, the given number must be divisible by 3. Also, the number formed by its last two digits is 92. And when we divide it by 4, we will see that it is divisible by 4. So, the given number must also be divisible by 4. For the last number, 1200, the sum of its digits is 3. So, the given number obviously is divisible by 3. Also, the number formed by its last two digits is 0. And it is known to be divisible by 4. So, the given number must also be divisible by 4. Observing, we can see that the numbers that are divisible by 12 are also divisible by both 3 and 4. So, our conclusion would be, a number is divisible by 12 if it is divisible by both 3 and 4. Ibig sabihin, dapat ang number ay parehong divisible by 3 at 4 para masabi na ito ay divisible by 12. Kung hindi siya divisible by either 3 or 4, masasabi natin na hindi siya divisible by 12. For instance, put a check if a number is divisible by 12. For number 1, the sum of its digits is 11, and obviously, it's not divisible by 3. So, the given number is not divisible by 3. And it follows immediately that it is not divisible by 12. For number 2, the sum of its digits is 12, So, the given number must be divisible by 3. Next, its last two digits form the number 12, and 12 is divisible by 4. So, it follows that the number is also divisible by 4. Since the given number is divisible by both 3 and 4, we say that it is divisible by 12. For number 3, the sum of its digits is 15, so the given number must be divisible by 3. Next, its last two digits form the number 0, and it's obviously divisible by 4, so the given number is also divisible by 4. Therefore, the given number is divisible by 12. For number 4, the sum of its digits is 9, so the given number must be divisible by 3. Also, its last two digits form the number 60, and it's obviously divisible by 4, so the given number is also divisible by 4. We can conclude that the given number is divisible by 12. For number 5, the sum of its digits is 15, so the given number must be divisible by 3. However, its last two digits form the number 23, and it's obviously not divisible by 4, and so is the given number. Therefore, the given number is not divisible by 12. Let's have more practice on this. Put a check mark to the corresponding box if a given number is divisible by 4, 8, or 12. You may check more than one box or leave them unchecked. You can pause the video if you wish to have more time in answering. Now, let us discuss the answers. For number 1, its last two digits form the number 40, and obviously, it is divisible by 4. So, the given number is divisible by 4. Looking at its last three digits, we have the number 140, and dividing by 8 will actually give you a remainder of 4. So, the given number is not divisible by 8. Also, the sum of its digits is 7, which is not divisible by 3. So, it follows that the given number is not divisible by 12. For number 2, its last two digits form the number 0, so the given number must be divisible by 4. Looking at its last three digits, the number formed is 100, and 100 is not divisible by 8, so the given number is also not divisible by 8. Also, the sum of its digits is 9, which is divisible by 3. Since the given number is divisible by both 3 and 4, then it must be divisible by 12. For number 3, its last two digits form the number 0, so the given number must be divisible by 4. Also, its last three digits form the number 0, so again, the given number is divisible by 8. The sum of its digits is 3, which is divisible by 3. Since the given number is divisible by both 3 and 4, then it must be divisible by 12. For number 4, its last two digits form the number 0, so the given number is divisible by 4. Also, its last three digits form the number 0, so it must also be divisible by 8. The sum of its digits is 8, which is not divisible by 3, so it follows that the given number is not divisible by 12. For number 5, its last two digits form the number 10, and obviously, it is not divisible by 4. So, the given number is also not divisible by 4. As a matter of fact, if a number is not divisible by 4, then it is also not divisible by 8 and 12. So, we do not need to test for 8 and 12. Do you have any questions about our lesson? If none, Test yourself by answering the following. You may pause the video for a while to answer, and comment down your answers when you're done. That's all for today, class. Goodbye!